Hey, I'm Hello Rodney. Thanks for clicking on my video. Cooking beans. Look at that. Have a ways to go. Also, I got something at the dollar store, which is really great. But man, it was so hot I couldn't eat it. Jalapenos. So I took them and put them in my blender. What's my blender called? Anyway, I blended them up, so now I can use them. Because a little thing that big, you eat it, you eat the whole thing, but this, you chew, it gets all blended like a puree. Now, more or less the reason I'm doing this video is because the wind is blowing. And you may be thinking, oh, the wind is blowing. Huh. Oh, that's a great thing. Wow, what a great idea for making a video. Huh, the wind is blowing. You can make a great video about that because everybody can see the wind. Listen to those freaking dogs. It's like Dog City here. The wind has really calmed down too. But the wind was blowing so hard that it set off my car alarm. Set off my car alarm like 2 or 3 times. So I went out and checked the manual. It said something about the alarm automatically goes on when you lock the door and all that. So I think what was happening was that the wind was blowing so hard that the car was in motion and set off the alarm. So I went out, and after I read that, I just left the door open. Not open, but unlocked. So that's what happened with that. So it hasn't gone off. Well, of course, the wind's not blowing like it was either. So I don't know. This is made with beads. I think these are like diamonds. It's made with diamonds. Oh, diamonds. Oh, it's made with diamonds. Oh, yeah. Well, it's made with diamonds. Diamonds. So, this guy I know, he sells vehicles. He buys and sells cars. So I called him up and told him about my situation. So he's gonna find me a car. Gave him what I wanted. So hopefully he's gonna get it, and so we'll see what happens. So I'm not gonna be making. I might go to see Berto tomorrow. I like to get out every once in a while, and I was thinking about the mileage that I would put on a vehicle. So I'm going to put not very many miles on the vehicle probably, because I don't really go that many places. If I lived in Albuquerque, the mileage would be very, very low. But it's just like a 70-mile round trip to Albuquerque, but that's only 70 miles, so unless I start going absolutely nuts, it's going to be doubtful that I'll be doing 10,000 miles a year. So thinking positively, I might, if I got a vehicle that had another 100,000 miles on it, it might last me 10 years. By that time, I'd be almost 78 years old if I live that long. I hope I do. And you can help me to live that long by sending me money every month to help me in my time of need. You stingy gut faces. I do have one person that sends me money every month. I mean, it's beautiful. And through no videos and non-videos, it's just a beautiful thing. So I need some people that are willing to send me money. $100 a month, 200, whatever you can afford. You know, I'm not getting greedy here. So, oh man, my face, it's like itchy up here. It's like, look at my face. I mean, come on. So I haven't used that material today. I might use it later tonight. I don't know. So I've got to figure out how to make some money. And that's always my problem, because when you're a person that does what I do, which is basically, you know, independent, freaking, you know, dumbass, you know, you got to figure out how to make money. And I don't have a job. And it was interesting about people that work for themselves. This guy that comes over to help me do stuff, and he's real good, you know. But he's always worried about, you know, like, oh, you gotta cut your weeds, you know, cut your weeds. He's driving on my driveway. And he's driving off of the road, cutting, you know, like running over the plants by my driveway. I told him, dude, stay on the road. Oh, I can't, because, you know, like, you know, you got to get those weeds down. You know, I got my truck might backfire, and you know, you get like a fire and burn down your house. I go, fuck. I couldn't talk to him, man. I mean, it's just, no, man, I don't want you. No, you got to do that because you burn down your house. It'll be a backfire and it catch on fire. It's like, oh, like, fuck, man. That's why people work for themselves. Because if a guy like that, if a guy like that worked for somebody else, they would just say, fuck you, man, get out of here. But I mean, I understand the guy. He's a nice fellow and I like him. So I don't know, it's too much, man. Hey, your truck might backfire, you catch your wheels on fire, burn down your house. What the, oh man. What are you going to do about that? What do you say to that? So anyway, the guy who's looking for my car, he said it might take a couple of weeks. Because it's, you know, it's really good because he's got contacts with you know, trade, I guess, with car lots, with trade-ins and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully he's going to find something for me that's going to be, you know, very, very good for what I need. And that'll be good. Oh, and I found a bunch of this wire out in my yard. A bunch of it. Because I was looking, I'm in the process. Let's see if you can see my process. Oh, it's too dark already. Because I'm putting up that barrier again outside. But I'm putting it up different. I mean, I'm just digging holes and sticking it in the ground and just doing some stuff. I found a bunch of wire, a bunch of chicken wire and stuff that's over on the other piece on the front of my property over here, from when my wife and my daughter and I lived here. That was for our garden. And so I drug that over there. One of the pieces of wire had a cactus had grown through it, so I had to chop that off. And so I'm going to use that and do some other stuff and build this barrier. You get freaking blown down, but I'll put it back up and it'll be okay, because that's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm not, you know, if I want to stand up, I'll get a bunch of concrete and shit and make it, you know, I'm not into that. I don't want to do it that way. But I don't have any baling wire. I got a little bit of baling wire left. So I said, well, I got some wire. I started looking around for wire. And I found this wire. It's it's a piece of wire that's got three wires to it, and they're all copper. So that's a pretty valuable wire. I'm not going to be using that for, cranking down on pieces of wood to go in my fence. I'll have to buy some wire for that. So it's kind of funny. But I'm just making a video here. I don't know why. Why am I making this video? Oh yeah, it's about the car alarm. It's pretty funny actually. My freaking car alarm went off like 2 or 3 times because of the wind. It's the only thing I could figure out. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I was watching a video a while ago. This young guy, has a flat tire. Instead of fixing the flat tire, he called some service to come and change the tire. And it was on the street, it wasn't like he was it was in the middle of a freezing weather or something. I mean, unbelievable. What a world we live in. This is my tiara. Ouch. Damn it. You're not concerned that hurt me, are you? No. You're not concerned one little bit. You think it's funny. You probably were laughing. Ah ha 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 ha. He's got a tiara and it chopped his head. So, what are you going to do? Just digging deep into my skull. So anyway, that's another boring video. I wonder if there's anything I can talk about that would be funny. No, not really. I don't have anything funny to talk about. I don't. That piece right there is a piece, and this right here is another piece. But it just so happens that this blue and that blue match, and they almost go together, and they fit. That thing fits on the top of there perfectly. So that's that. And then, but here, it's not standing up straight like I wanted it, so I put a little piece of wood underneath there as a shim to make it straighter. Otherwise it would be like that, like the Leaning Tower of whatever. So anyway, I did that. That figure in there looks very similar to like a Hopi woman with the bun things on the side of their head, those 2 things like that. It's like a hairstyle thing. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about me and my worries and nothing. You don't care. Just admit it. Just put in the comment sections, I don't care, in the comment sections. That way I'll know who to block. Because I will block you, because I'm badass. I'm bad. I'm bad to the bone. I'm bad to the bone. Bad to the bone. Thing's not hooked up. It is hooked up. No. But I've been painting, and things are looking great. And this is the new one that I painted over because now it looks excellent as opposed to what it did look like, which was not excellent. Oh. And, this is the first day that, I think it's the first, no, I don't know if it is or not. I've been taking Adderall, which is working very good for me. But I took a nap today, so I think maybe it's the stress of having to deal with this car situation. Maybe, I don't know what it is. The plant is leaning over. What a beautiful plant. This is a plant that I got for my mom. There were 2 plants, 2 of these plants, so I don't know which one is which, but basically I got it at the time my mom was in the hospital at the place she was. and it's still hanging in there, thank God. My mom died a year ago last month. Wow. And I'm going to die too. But don't let that keep you from sending me money just because I'm going to be dead. We're all going to be dead. You understand what I'm saying? Hear that? It's popping off that lid a little bit. But I put some of that, what do you call it, in here. I'm going to start a cooking channel. The Bean Cooking Channel. Bolivian style. I put quite a bit of jalapeno in there. That was a waste. I don't even taste anything. So I'm not going to do that anymore. If anybody knows what to put in with beans, let me know. That'd be something fun. If you get to this part in the video, you can tell me what to put in there with beans. You can also put coffee cup. There's a guy who used to be in my videos, and he would put a coffee cup on every video. And I don't know, he hasn't been around in a long time, which I'm really surprised that anybody's around. I mean, these videos are all the same. They're good. They're way too long. They're way too uninformative, and the entertainment value is limited to me putting up some wire on my head and saying it's a tiara. So no wonder I don't have any subscribers. I have lots of subscribers, but no viewers. But you know, what's the point? You know, I don't even know why I'm making videos anymore. I don't know. So I'll say goodbye for now. These are plastic. They're plastic. I'll say goodbye for now. And I got these because these things right here would be, they could add some interest, because if you had a piece of clay, you could embed this in it and then peel it off and then get this imprint on clay. And it'd be kind of fun to try that. So I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to make some extra money. I don't have to have a lot of extra money. I don't. You know, one time when I came back from Los Angeles, I told my mom, I said, you know, I've got to just make $35 a day. How, you know, like, I know you're watching this video going, how could anybody, $35 a day, that's nothing. I live a very simple life. I'm a very frugal person. Simplicity and frugality. Although you can't tell I'm a simple person by the way this place looks, because it's some people would consider this place to be cluttered. But, you know, I mean, I love this work. Most of the stuff that's around here is stuff that is part of my work. You know, so anyway, that video went on way too long. So I'll say goodbye. These people here are very interesting people. This guy here, Brother John. Brother John is someone that I met in Los Angeles. So I was walking down the street in LA, and there was a guy handing out sandwiches to homeless people and people on the street. And this is Brother John, if you can see. Hopefully you can see him. There's not too much light, and it's kind of in a cubbyhole thing. There's Brother John. And here's a cross right here that he gave me. That cross. And that cross is right here. He wore that cross for something like 20 years or whatever. And he gave it to me. And this right here is a belt with my name on it, Rod, when I was a little boy. So Brother John gave me that. Brother John, he was I mean, when I met him, I really needed to meet him because I was going through some heavy duty stuff in L.A. You know, I was there. Basically, I'm in Los Angeles by myself, and I met him. He was a very kind person, and we became good friends. Uh, he was one of the brothers in the Missionaries of Charity, which is the men's group of the Mother Teresa thing. So Mother Teresa went to visit him, and he met Mother Teresa. He was in that group. But the Missionaries of Charity, the men, they're like the freaking Marine Corps of the Missionaries of Charity. I mean, from what I gathered, from what I understood, I think what happens is that the women in the Missionaries of Charity, they go, in their areas where they work, and then after the day is over, they retreat to a place that is comfortable and comfortable for them, and then go back into the I'm not saying hostile environment, but the uncomfortable environment. And the Missionaries of Charity, the ones in L.A., they had a nice place. They had a good thing going there. They had a couple of houses there and stuff, or whatever they had. It was good. But they lived in the community. And then Brother John got transferred. I think they sent him to freaking Haiti. I mean, this guy's a very sensitive guy, man. They sent him to Haiti, and he was living next to a gas station, 24-hour gas station or some shit in Haiti. I mean, the guy, he freaked out. He couldn't do it. And so, in a way, he flunked out, And before, he was in there for almost 10 years. I think it was 10 years. And if you're in there that long, then you're in, But so they basically kicked him out before he got to that point, and now he's a monk at a monastery. So he went through a different thing. He went through one or two other things before he wound up there, but a very sensitive guy, sweet person. And these people, these two right here, this woman here, was my first girlfriend after I split up with my ex. And then Peter, that's her husband, he and I became very good friends, and I got a job. He gave me a job when I came back from Los Angeles, and so I'm good friends with both of them. And I think that we're going to be getting together. They came to visit me here once, and I visited them. They live quite a ways away. But I called the other day, and it's just like you talking like you've seen them all the time. So we're going to be getting back together, and they're really sweet people, and we have a lot of laughs. That's a good thing. You got to have a lot of laughs, because if you don't, I mean, what's the freaking point of having friends? I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. I mean, there's lots of different points to it, I suppose. But anyway, what are you going to do? Okay. I'm signing off. I'm Hella Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.